My name is Duncan Cavanah. I graduated high school from Hopkinsville High School in 1995. I graduated from Transylvania University in 1999, and I graduated from the University of Kentucky College of Law in 2002. Transylvania University is a small liberal arts college in Lexington, Kentucky. About 1,000 people is about how many go to Transylvania. It's a competitive four-year college, but we've had several from this community who've gone there and really had a good experience there. I was sort of a homebody always growing up, so when I first went off to college, it was a little unnerving, and had some nights where I missed being home, missed Hopkinsville, missed Christian County and my family. But that was far outweighed by the good experience I had there and the friends I made there and the experiences there and what I learned there. The things that kept me going, that kept me in school, not coming home, were the good friends that I made, the relationships that I established. I think there's very few places in the world that are better at generating close friendships, relationships than college. You're in a new place, it's a new experience for everybody, and you're kind of thrown in there together, and because of that and because it's a new experience, you meet people that become your friends and remain your friends for life. I have a lot of people that, even though I don't see all the time, that I remain very close to through my relationships with from college. Also, you know, having an opportunity to learn both from an academic standpoint and also from a cultural standpoint, a different place. Those were all new and exciting things for me, and reasons why I stuck it out and was able to complete the four-year degree there at Transy. In order to become a lawyer, you need to graduate from a four-year college. Of course, some people start out at a community college or something like that first, but you have to ultimately complete a bachelor's degree in some field, and really one good thing about law school is that it doesn't really matter much what your undergraduate degree is. It can kind of be in anything that interests you. You know, it's a little bit unlike, say, medical school, when you may want to have some pre-med sort of courses before you get to medical school. In law school, you can study any subject that interests you. I happen to be a history major in college. And then after college, then you go to law school, which if you go straight through takes you about 3 years to complete law school. So those are really the requirements academically. In terms of what things to study, law is such a varied subject. There's so many different types of law that people practice that really there can be any number of courses that can be helpful to going to law school and also a law career. But typically what I tell people is things that involve reading, writing. Those sorts of courses are very good preps for law school, because law school involves a lot of reading and writing. Public speaking, a course in public speaking would be very beneficial to someone who wanted to go to law school and become a lawyer. Now, I do know lawyers, I do practice with lawyers who maybe don't spend a lot of court time, so maybe the public speaking is not as important, but it's still always important in your practice to be able to communicate effectively, so public speaking would also be a helpful course to take. School debt is a very big concern, particularly now. It's more of a concern now, I think, even than when I went to school, 15 years ago. It's becoming more and more of a concern. So you have to certainly balance how much you're willing to incur in terms of debt to get a degree in law. I have a colleague who is maybe 50 years old and only recently was able to pay off all of their school debt. So, that may be something you want to consider when you're looking at what type of job to take. Because there are jobs in the law that are high-paying jobs, and there are others that really aren't compared to the level of debt some people may take on. And when you're considering those types of expenses, you want to consider what your potential income is going to be, and you may even want to consider some other jobs in the law, things that are not even being a lawyer, other jobs that are in legal fields that may require less education. In my private practice, I sort of, as a lot of small town lawyers do, I do a lot of different things. When you're in a small town, sometimes it can be hard to specialize on one particular field because there may just not be enough business in that to maintain a successful law practice. So in a small town like this, we try to do a lot of different things. The primary focuses of my practice are real estate. I do a lot of real estate work. That's title work and real estate closings and transactions. I do a fair amount of domestic work. That's divorces and custody and adoptions and those kind of cases. And then I do a little bit of just kind of what we call general litigation, which is just something comes in and somebody has a lawsuit either as a plaintiff or a defendant, and we assist them in that. And like most lawyers, I also do deeds and estates and those sorts of things as well. Social media is a wonderful thing and also a frightening thing in 2019. I have recently spent some time talking at some of our schools about that issue because I think students, sometimes young people, sometimes, and maybe old people as well, have a hard time understanding the ramifications of social media posts, because it's something that can be done so easily and with such little thought, but have such profound impact on people. We have had people in our country who have gone from, very respected, even celebrity status, to immediately losing everything over posting something on Twitter or some other social media. So what I would encourage people to do is just really think before they tweet. Don't tweet anything or put anything else out in social media that you wouldn't want to say for instance around your parents or your grandparents, and just think before you hit send on something, and understand that anything you put out there, no matter what you do, is out there forever. There are many professions in the law beyond just being a lawyer. Of course, we have lawyers and judges and prosecutors, defense attorneys, all that sort of stuff that are lawyers. But there are people who work in law, and particularly at the Justice Center, that are just as important to the legal process as are the lawyers, if not more so. For instance, police officers. I think our city employs more police officers than anybody else on the payroll. That's a job that is always needed, and not only need just people to fill those jobs, but need caring, competent, honest, good people in those jobs. We're fortunate to have a lot of those people on our police force now, but so law enforcement is one aspect. Another would be our clerk's office. The backbone of the whole Justice Center is our clerk's office. They're the ones that us lawyers go to when we don't really know what we're doing, and we go and say, what do I need to do here? What do I need to file? So that's an important job in the courthouse. We have bailiffs who handle security at the courthouse, another very important job. We have paralegals. Paralegals assist lawyers in things like legal research, in drafting documents and pleadings. I think it's important to try to look at a lot of different things. I don't think it's great to be married to one thought, one plan. At that point, you want to experience as many things as you can to make sure you get into something that you really enjoy. And if that happens to be, if you just determine at some point, maybe in college or maybe before, that that's law, then jump in with both feet and really be passionate about it and learn as much as you can. In terms of career choices with the law, I would just say don't be intimidated by it. I think some people think that getting a law degree is something that's maybe intimidating, maybe really difficult. But it's something that if you have an interest in it, if it's something you want to do, I would encourage you to pursue it. If you're not sure, speak to a local lawyer. Most of the lawyers here are very approachable people that want to help. I have had lots of students over the year come shadow me in court or at my office for a period of time. I would encourage somebody to do something like that if they think it's something they're interested in. And just understand that it's something you can accomplish if you want to do it.